Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and so good to be with all of you. So today I thought I would share a little bit about the topic of unfolding change and a counterintuitive approach to driving change and transformation that's really fundamentally shifted how I relate to myself and to others and the world. And I've been a driven change maker and problem solver since I was a teenager, and really wanted to make a difference, and was drawn to understanding the forces shaping our world, and finding intervention points, finding ways to drive social change, and really felt this like sense of responsibility and kind of the weight of that as well, and felt like if I wasn't driving change and if I wasn't doing it, who was going to do it? And I've got to fix things, improve things. I really had this orientation towards looking for problems and what's wrong in the world, and how can I make that difference? And it was quite exhausting. I was just pushing myself, and I wasn't just trying to improve things around me, but also inside of myself. So really had this deep sense of I have to be better, I have to improve, and just constantly seeking out more personal development and leadership development, and just having this constant drive to do, never able to rest, didn't want to be lazy, didn't want to be complacent, didn't want to be mediocre. Was really striving to make a big difference and optimize everything. And in that process I got really burned out, and quite it just like the goalpost just kept on moving. It was never enough. It was never enough positive contribution, never enough change inside of myself. Like just always felt like there was always, the goal was always moving away from me. And all these intentions were really, really good, but I was noticing just how I was being conditioned by our society, which is all about the self-improvement paradigm of never good enough, always having to fix ourselves and fix others in the world around us. And how I was doing a lot of this work from this deep sense of like lack of worthiness, and like really a longing to be valuable and to be loved, and feeling like achievement and doing good things for the world was one way to get there, while also sincerely wanting to make a positive contribution. And so I realized that I had to find greater alignment and congruence around my own ways of being and engaging in driving transformative work in the world, and aligning that more with my vision for the more beautiful and just world that I wanted to contribute to. And that's when I discovered this other kind of paradigm for driving transformation and change, and that is the unfolding paradigm. And that paradigm starts with like, what if nothing is missing? What if you're already a whole human being? What if there is no problem to solve? Like, what if there is nothing to fix? And rather than focusing on what's not there and what we have to create, like we can focus on what is here, what is already here, and attune to the truth, beauty, and goodness of that. And in a way, this is also realigning with the way nature works, that change is already always happening. And the way like an acorn transforms into an oak tree, we don't tell the acorn that it's an imperfect oak tree, or like we just the acorn in the right conditions just grows into this beautiful oak tree. When the conditions are right, it has everything it needs already inside of it. And so it is with us as well as human beings, that when the conditions are right, we are kind of unfolding from an expression of innate wholeness into an ever greater expression of that innate wholeness and potential. And rather than increasing the driving forces for change, by applying more pressure and more discipline, more accountability, and working harder and doing more faster, we can remove the restraining forces for that natural unfoldment, and create those nourishing conditions. And that is a lot around how we attune to ourselves and to others and to the world. And to me, it really is this kind of heart attunement, this way of like looking at what is the truth, beauty, and goodness that is already here. And seeing ourselves and each other as living poetry, as living art, versus as machines that to be optimized and fixed and improved, which is more of this, what Heidegger calls the technological attunement, this way of how we've been conditioned to almost see others and ourselves as machines that can just be improved and have to function in a certain way to, drive more progress and for things to move faster and all of that. And so the shift towards a more poetic way of seeing ourselves in the world can really enable this kind of unfolding to happen spontaneously and naturally. And that's really made a huge difference for me in my own life and for the clients I've been working with, and just has created a lot more ease and a lot more trust. Just really the sense of aligning with life and the natural rhythms of life, and of how life wants to unfold through me and unfold through us, versus the sense of wanting to control everything and make things happen. There's this beautiful quote by Rilke that goes, I want to live my life like the way a river flows, no holding back, no forcing and no holding back, the way it is with children, like that way of really just aligning with that flow, not pushing, not withholding. So that is a little bit about this unfolding attunement, and would love to invite you into a practice around this, kind of experience that, what that is like. And so inviting you to just find a comfortable position, just taking a few deep breaths. And as you're inhaling, feeling yourself elongate through your spine, coming into your full uprightness. And on the exhale, releasing and relaxing any tension that might be ready to be released right now. Inhaling, feeling a sense of energy, and exhaling, a sense of relaxation and letting go. And feeling your feet on the ground, the stability and solidity of the earth below. Really feeling into how the earth is unconditionally supporting you. Nothing to do to receive that support right now. Allowing yourself to rest into that support. Relax into that support. And feeling a sense of safety that might be emerging from this sense of support. And taking a moment to check in with your heart. How is your heart right now? Is it open, closed, or anything in between? Maybe putting a hand on your heart and just welcoming whatever is here right now. Just offering that kind touch. And welcoming yourself exactly as you are. creating that home inside of yourself where all is welcomed exactly as it is. I'm just noticing if there are any parts of you that might be active, maybe a part that is worried about something or thinking ahead about the day, maybe remembering something in the past. Maybe there are some emotions here. Just welcoming everything that's here with that kind and curious awareness. See if you can see the beauty, the goodness of what's inside right now. And if there is any resistance arising to what's arising, just welcoming that as well with kindness. Just taking a moment to also sense into the field right now, the sense of us here, feeling into what it's like to be in the space of all the others here. See if you can extend that welcome to everyone here, tuning to the truth, beauty, and goodness of all that are gathered here. Seeing the goodness in yourself, seeing the goodness of everyone here. Maybe opening your eyes, just taking in the field for a moment, making some eye contact, just looking at each other like living poetry, like living art. What's that like? To gaze at each other in that way. Beautiful. Thank you.